Don't wear sandals with a suit. I know, it sounds obvious, but I know some of you guys have seen somebody try it. Keep your sandals clean and odor free. I know some of you guys are thinking, well, heck, I'm gonna be wearing them outside. Gents, if they stink and you get in a vehicle with other people, yeah, it's an issue. Flip-flops are not meant for city walking. Seriously, if you're gonna be out walking, there are so many better sandal options out there. Consider a style of footwear that actually protects the top of your feet. Gents, if your sandals make noise, they're fine for wearing around the house, but not out in public. I mean, if you're 7 and your shoes make noise, it's cute. If you're 27 and your shoes are making noise, yeah. Now, to start things off, there's the obvious mistake of wearing socks with sandals. Whether we're talking white socks, black socks, gents, in general, you shouldn't wear sandals with socks. Now, of course, there are exceptions to this rule. If you're an athlete, if you spend a lot of time in the gym, you want your feet to relax after a hard workout, guys, no problem throwing on some slides with socks and walking home. Or you're in your home and you keep the thermostat a bit low and you like those fuzzy socks, matching them with your slides. Again, nobody's seeing this, so that's fine. The next biggest mistake I see out there is men ignoring proper foot hygiene. Seriously, you're wearing sandals, everyone can see your toes, and your nails have a green fungus growing on them. Now I get it, you're a great guy, and we should all look past that black stuff between your toes. But the reality is your date, she's trying to eat her food, and when she sees your toes, she's gonna spit that meal out. But seriously, gents, take care of your feet. Take care of your nails, make sure that they're clean. Am I saying go get a pedicure? No, but you know what? Getting one feels really darn good. The obvious reality, gents, is when you wear sandals, people are able to see parts of your body that they weren't before. So if you're gonna make these parts visible, you are responsible for making sure that you at least have good hygiene with those parts of your body. The next big style mistake I see a lot of guys making with sandals is wearing it with the wrong type of clothing. Now here in a few minutes, I'm gonna talk about the 9 different styles of sandals and how to style them, but understand that sandals in general are going to be casual wear. This means for any situation that's a bit formal, dressy, or it requires conservative wear, sandals are going to be a no-go. Now, if you've been invited to an event and you're not sure of the dress code, it sounds casual, a company picnic, simply ask. Finding out the dress code is the easiest way to make sure you're dressed appropriate. Now, if they don't have a dress code or you're new to the company, you don't really have anyone that you can speak to that can give you inside intel, then in this case, give yourself options. Maybe wear something that's a little bit dressier with the option to bring additional clothing to change. So you show up in loafers and no-show socks, but you've got sandals in the car if you notice, hey, people are actually getting in the pool at this pool party. Now, the next mistake, wearing the wrong clothing with sandals, I see happen all the time. But in general, I do not think, and I know this is going to ruffle some feathers, that jeans should ever be paired with sandals. There are some exceptions, but I know some of you guys go like, Antonio, that's a bunch of BS. I love wearing my jeans with sandals. No, I think shorts, tropical weight wool trousers, there's so many better options out there. And last but not least, when it comes to our mistakes, wearing the wrong style sandals. But what are your options? So first up, let's define exactly what sandals are. So a sandal is a type of footwear characterized by an open design that leaves most of the foot exposed. They typically consist of a sole, which is held to the wearer's foot by straps or thongs that pass over the instep and sometimes around the ankle. Now, sandals are made from a wide variety of materials. You're going to see leather, you're going to see synthetic, you're going to see rubber, textiles, and combinations that include all of the above. And historically speaking, they're perhaps the oldest form of footwear. In fact, they found a pair in a cave in Oregon, which dated back over 10,000 years. So at this point, let's get into the 9 styles. And let's start this off with flip-flops. Also known as thong sandals, flip-flops consist of a flat sole that's loosely held onto the foot by a Y-shaped strap. Now, when it comes to sandals and levels of formality and style, flip-flops are pretty much at the bottom. That being said, men and women still love them because of their simplicity and functionality, especially when you're on the beach. So easy to clean. Flip-flops have a place in every man's wardrobe. Next up, we've got slide sandals, also just known as slides. Now, slides are backless, open-toed footwear with a band or multiple straps across the center. They're often made from rubber, leather, or synthetic materials. Over the last couple of decades, they've become very popular because of their laid-back look. And that's exactly how people use them for lounging or non-intensive athletic wear. Next up, we got fisherman sandals, and as the name implies, these were originally developed for men that spends a lot of time on boats or in wet areas, and they wanted a piece of footwear that could give them traction, protect them from the sharp rocks, but at the same time would be able to deal with the elements. They had closed toes and heels, but cutouts for the draining of water. Now, historically, they were made from leather. Nowadays, you'll find them in synthetic materials, and they were popular because they actually provided a bit of protection of the upper part of the foot. Next up, we've got gladiator sandals. And this style actually does go back to the 8th century BC. And we saw not just gladiators, but just Roman soldiers and, regular people wearing these throughout the Roman Empire. Originally, they were made from leather and they laced up the ankle, and that is the key characteristic that distinguishes this type of sandals from others. Nowadays, you're going to find them made from a variety of different materials, but in general, it's going to be the straps around the ankles, sometimes just around the ankle, not going up very high, that is going to distinguish it from the other types of sandals out there. Next up, we've got huaraches, and this goes back even to pre-Columbian times. So nowadays, it's considered a traditional Mexican sandal, but yeah, this thing goes back thousands of years, even older than the Roman gladiator sandals, and a lot of people like these because they do offer a level of protection. That being said, with that protection, they had excellent ventilation and they could be made from a variety of materials. They were a very functional piece of footwear that a man or a woman could wear in hot weather and be able to get work done. Next up, let's talk about espadrilles. And you could argue that these technically aren't a sandal, but when I look at the design, the overall build, I'm going to lump them in there. A lot of guys haven't heard of these. Now, they come from 14th century Spain, so they've been around a long time. And what I love, if you're not familiar with the Lindy effect, the longer something has been around, the longer it's probably going to be around in the future. So you could pick yourself up a pair of timeless espadrilles. And what I like about these, compared to all the other sandals, this is something you could actually dress up with some nice wool trousers. I think it's actually a pretty good look. Maybe with a button-down casual shirt, this would be a great combination. Now, traditionally, they were made from an Esperado rope, and you're going to find the canvas top that these really don't contain a lot of leather, which actually makes them very cool, very lightweight. But espadrilles are one of those, actually, I recommend you always buy high quality. Espadrilles, maybe not, because this is one of those seasonal pieces of footwear. I see a lot of people actually buy it and they dispose of them after 1 or 2 seasons because they do actually fall apart. That being said, you get a new pair that look good. I know anyone that had different experience with espadrilles, most of the ones I've owned, and it's been a while, they just seem to fall apart over time. Next up, we've got sports sandals. And as the name implies, these are specifically designed for outdoor activities. Rugged, durable, and oftentimes waterproof. And what I mean, like the water's still going to get into a lot of these, but they are made to actually, whether it be salt water, fresh water, these are made to be able to take a licking, take the elements, and they're going to be resistant to water damage. They've also got typically adjustable straps, usually like a Velcro or some type of material like that, sometimes a buckle. But again, these are made to be able to be very durable in adverse conditions. Now, occasionally you will see sports sandals made with some leather. I would say avoid it, especially if you're going to be, wearing these in a lot of water. What you may already know about leather is it will absorb water, and when it loses the water, it dries out. Actually, a little bit more moisture normally leaves the leather, and that's why it oftentimes dries, cracks, and just starts to fall apart. Next up, let's talk about mules. Now, mules for many people are going to be a type of shoe, but I'm going to lump them in with sandals because you'll sometimes see them open-toed, but in general, they're going to have a front leather strap covering that front part of the foot with nothing in the back. So mules can slip on and slip off. Often made from a leather or synthetic material. Sometimes you're going to see them even made from suede. Of all of the different types of sandals out there, mules seem to, have a special place for some people as being a little bit dressier, although again, they are casual. In addition, I want to point out that for men, mules are not that popular. They're more of a women's type of shoe, but you will see styles for men. So if you're more a fashion forward guy, you really think you can pull off the look, go for it. And of course, let's not forget Birkenstocks. Now, if you know your footwear, you'll know that this sandal is a particular brand, but it became synonymous with the style that it made so popular. And that style is a contoured cork footbed, a buckle strap, and a durable rubber sole. Now, traditionally, they were made from leather, but recently we've seen them made from a number of vegan materials as well. And as many of you guys know, because you're probably part of the cult, they've got a following like no other. And a lot of these guys are the ones that violate the dress codes because they're wearing Birkenstocks to events that they probably shouldn't be. So how to look good in sandals? What to pair with them. So if you're wearing flip-flops, perhaps the most casual style of sandal you're going to see out there, flip-flops can be worn with swim trunks, board shorts, and with that, like tank tops, casual tees. Yeah, if you're looking for an ultra casual summer outfit to be able to wear to the beach, flip-flops are where it's at. In addition, if you got plastic flip-flops, if you are in the men's locker room, you don't want to get any nasty fungus on your toes, then wear them into the shower. Now, slide sandals are a step up from flip-flops, and you can wear them in all the same situations, going to the beach, wearing them into the shower, casually around your house, maybe even to the grocery store. Nope, I'm kidding there. I would rather see you step it up, wear a pair of Birkenstocks to the grocery store. Now, Birkenstocks, because of their history and maybe the simple, clean design, I do think they work great, even if you're wearing chino shorts with, a collared, polo shirt. That combination right there would be perfectly fine to wear to the grocery store. Just don't wear socks with that, right? And getting back to the subject of jeans, I know some of you guys are like, Antonio, I wear jeans with my Birkenstocks. If that is you, let me know in the comments below and why you think this is a good combination. Me personally, I try to stay away from it. Next up, gladiator sandals. In general, shorts are where it's at. You can wear them with casual shorts. I wouldn't really wear them with swimsuits. Take a little bit of time to get off. Go with the flip-flops with that. But if you're going to be wearing a shirt, like a casual t-shirt, again, get the right pair. Don't make sure they're not going too far up the calf. If you're into gladiator sandals, you got a great pair. Just let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear the brand that you chose. But yeah, this type of style of sandal, I don't really think suits most men. You really got to know what you're doing here. That being said, fisherman sandals, I think you've got a lot more leeway. So fisherman sandals, especially if they are made from a nice material, and I'm talking a leather that is cleaned up, not made from a synthetic that just doesn't look bad. Now, if you got a nice pair of fisherman sandals, I think wearing these with tropical weight wool trousers, shorts, I see a lot of these out there that look really good. So tons of options if you look around. But yeah, fisherman sandals, I think can look good on the right foot. And because they better cover up, they still give ventilation. I think you got some good options here. And the same thing with huaraches and even espadrilles. I think that if you've got the right style, again, I know that they come from very humble backgrounds, but a lot of times you see just men of leisure that are wearing a collared shirt, maybe a linen shirt, nice wool trousers, and then they've got a pair with a little bit of color, a little bit of style. Either one of these styles right here, espadrilles, huaraches, you get the right pair made from maybe a canvas or a fabric material. This is going to be, in my opinion, one of the more stylish pieces of casual sandal-like footwear you can find out there. So where does that leave us with mules? Mules in general, I think that they're really hard for men to pull off. They just make most men's feet look too large and clumsy. That being said, if you were to force me to wear mules, what would I wear them with? I would probably go with some casual trousers. Lightweight, something for summer. Especially when they cover the toe, they don't look good with shorts. There's just something, you really got to know what you're doing. The strap can't be too thick. Yeah. That's the only way I'd wear mules. And of course, sports sandals, as the name implies, wear them when you're going to be out on a boat, you're going to be kayaking, you are going to be using them for sport. All right, gentlemen, so what video to watch next? How about stop wearing shorts wrong? I got you covered. We talked about sandals here. Let's talk about shorts. How to wear them correctly and look amazing. Guys, I got you covered in this video right here.